Armwrestling Clash of Titans is finally here. On September 5th, Levan Saginashvili from Georgia will face Dave Chaffee from USA. Levan Saginashvili is the reigning and defending PL Top 8 2019 champion. Arguably the strongest arm wrestler on the planet and widely considered as #1 overall arm wrestler. Dave Chaffee is the #1 contender from USA. This match is not just about winning or losing. It holds a little bit more than that. Levan stated back in 2020 on Neutral Grounds of Arm Wrestling that he doesn't want to lose a round in a PL super match format. Levan's super match record up until this day under PL stands perfect. On 2018 he faced Dmitry Trubin in Vendetta All-Stars 50 in Poland. Victory 6-0. In 2019 on the first stage of Top 8 he faced Tim Bresnan in Malaysia. Victory 6-0. On the second round of Top 8 in China, he faced Kidrigali Ongabayev. Victory 6-0. And in the final of Top 8, he faced Vitaly Laletin, who's at that point, or even this point, considered to be top 3 in the world. And another victory 6-0. Up until this point, Levan has been unstoppable, but he's facing very different threat. He faced a lot of technical, a lot of fast, a lot of arm wrestlers who has that good sticking point, but now he's just facing a super strong arm wrestler in Dave Chaffee, just a powerhouse. And I think Dave's style of being just super aggressively side pressure, drive to the pad oriented is way more dangerous than anything he has ever faced. So this match will tell us where's the difference lies between the East and the West. And it will also tell us, can Levan live up to his legacy? Because Dave is the first guy that he's facing from, I would say, that little bit older era of arm wrestling. Back in the day when Denis Siplenko was, tearing arms apart in Zloty tours and A1s, Dave Chaffee was the only guy who could have put the brakes on him with the right arm. And I think Dave poses a big threat to Levan's legacy. Looking at Dave's recent matches, a victory over Krasimir Konstantino in WL, victory over Gennady Kukunya under PAL, then back-to-back losses to Michael Todd and Devon Larratt under WL rules, and then a return to PAL to be a part in Top 8. To get the chance to pull in this tournament, he had to face David Rimkus for a spot on Top 8. Rimkus is a strong arm wrestler, but nowhere near the level that Dave has pulled. Dave, beat him pretty easily. Gets a transition match. And right there, about half an hour later, they do a draw to figure out who will face who on the first round of Top 8. And of course, they just make everything way more interesting by pulling out Levan Saginashvili versus Dave Chaffee on the first round. Of course, the season didn't go as planned because of pandemic, everything got cancelled. So at least they're doing the super matches that they were announcing in 2020 in March or February. So finally, we will see this clash. And I think it's very interesting because it's a good test for Levan. And Levan really wants to pull the best guys in the world. He has stated this so many times, and he doesn't feel, that he has beaten all of them. And really he has. And I think this is a great test for us to understand how good is Levan Saginashvili, what kind of shape Dave Chaffee will turn up. And overall, it's just a great arm wrestling match to have. Levan's last match was in 2019 in a final of Top 8, where he looked outstanding. Levan is a really hard worker. He trains hard. He wants to beat the best guys on the planet. And also, he's very technical for a heavyweight. Dave Chaffee has never been known as the best technical arm wrestler, but he poses a different threat, and that's power. A lot of power. And I think there's nothing going to change. I don't think it's going to be technical game for Dave. It's going to be I bring you to the pin pad game for Dave. And it's very interesting because I feel there's a lot of ways how this match can go. Can, Levan get in a hook with him? Or can he top roll Dave's arm? Can Dave fight without the hand? Or, what happens if Dave gets stuck in the middle? Because those are interesting questions, because a lot of things we haven't really seen, and everyone puts Levan so high, and he is such a impressive specimen as an arm wrestler. It's, 170 kg. I don't know how big he will show up. He will be way bigger than Dave, in my personal opinion. I think it's going to be very hard to leave this match standing at 6-0 for Levan Saginashvili. If he does that, Levan is something else. He's from another world. He might be something very special that we haven't seen before. But I still think Levan will pull out a victory. I still think Dave might win a round or two, but I don't know in what kind of shape he is. And I'm super excited. And it's very interesting where the match will go, because Levan told us in 2020 that when he will face Denis Siplenko, because that was the match that was set up for the end of 2020, which didn't happen, he would go and hook with him. And it was me, Giannis, and Engin, and we're like, okay, very interesting. And I think he kind of wants to test himself, which is just admirable. He's really a real arm wrestler. He just doesn't live on fame or, the persona that he has built, that he's just this giant destroyer. He wants to beat everyone. He wants to arm wrestle with the best. And then if he beats the best, he should be recognized as the best. And I think he feels that way. And I don't think he feels complete without actually beating all the guys, that, he's been seeing when he was coming up. So a great match, and yeah, Levan is just a beast, but Dave Chaffee power should be respected. This match will be live on Armwrestling TV. I think it's $9.99. Link is in description. I'm gonna watch it. I think do a watching party. Support arm wrestling because it helps to grow the sport, and of course helps these athletes to make something. Some money, especially in COVID time where they haven't had a chance to arm wrestle that much. So, support arm wrestling, stay strong, and love arm wrestling.